Yeah. It's not my typical intro, but I love this groove. Wait for it. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice. Then the 17-year-old who produced that first song you listened to is my son, James Christian Cole. As we get into the show and the podcast, obviously I can't make it about my son, but why not have my first show talk about, well, something my son's done. After all, it's my birthday. I know it's Valentine's Day for many of you, but every February 14th, I celebrate my birthday. So shout out to you, son. And listen, the content of the podcast is going to be just like what we talk about on the radio, except we get to go deeper. Even though I like to take your calls, hopefully we can get you all to call in and participate in what we're doing in the podcast. But remember, we're still playing off the responsibility of you and the community. As we're talking about what ails us, as we talk about things on the Cold and the Cure on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m., we're going to talk about things on this podcast that addresses where our community is and where we want to go. We're going to look at what renders us unhealthy. We're going to look at not only what renders us unhealthy, but what are the protective factors we can put in place to counteract those risk factors. We don't want to be unhealthy physically. We don't want to be unhealthy mentally. We don't want to be unhealthy spiritually. So whatever renders us unhealthy, we've got to put protective factors in place, and that's when we look to you, the community, because you're part of the cure. Whatever ails us, you're part of the cure. And what do we say every Saturday morning? We're going to say here on the podcast, remember, you are the cure. That's why we call it the Cold and the Cure. How do we spell cure? C-U-R-E. What's at the center of C-U-R-E? The letters U-R. You are the cure. We look to you to be our voice. We look to you to be representations of our community. Therefore, we look to you to be our solutions. So let's talk about it. Let's get it up. Whatever you do, make sure you support my son's new song, Cali Queen, released today. We're going to close with Cali Queen. Please find it somewhere. It's James Cole Live. You can find him anywhere on the internet as long as you put James Cole Live. If you're streaming, you can find it on any streaming platform. That's iTunes, that's Amazon, Spotify. I listen to it on Tidal. You name it, he's on all the platforms. Here's his new single, Cali Queen, by my son, James Cole, and the guy who created the intro that you're going to hear later on for the podcast. Take us home, Cali.
California, California queen. I'm back, catch the midnight flight to you.
Yeah.
My mind's on California time for you.
That's that groove. You hear that bass in there. Boom, 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 boom.
Southwest to the southwest.
Just to see my, yeah.
I feel heartbeat from 3,000 miles.
We'll see you soon.